Welcome, gamers. It is once again Friday. Actually, okay, forgot to update the image. 1 second while I load up this image. This image right here. This is today's image. Right here, this one. There it is. Yeah, we're back again with another edition of Stitch and Picross on Fridays. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Stanley. Welcome, Stream Elements. Nutritious, Potato, Cookie and Cream, Zoe. Everyone's here. Okay, put the chat on this side, right there. And then we put this guy. This guy, what do we do about this guy? This guy goes over here. Right there, or maybe over here. Maybe this is a good place. Anyway, what day is today? Well, do you know? Is this today? Welcome, SimmerQ. Welcome, Noah. Perseids. Do you know that the Perseids are famous massive showers with up to 100 meteors seen per hour? They occur in the middle of July and last until the end of August. That's right now. The Perseids are best seen in the northern hemisphere. Meteor showers are caused by the Earth rushing through streams of dust. That's right, streams of dust. People streaming dust and debris. Several streams right there. Either had no work or all the work. It was a regular amount of work. We're not very much a Windows company. Many people are using the Linux or Mac OS. Not a huge deal. Nothing bad happened to us. Anyway, yeah, gamers, it is the day that computers rebelled against the humans. CrowdStrike, any CrowdStrike users out here? For people that are not familiar somehow, CrowdStrike is an app commonly used by enterprise organizations to manage computers. Primarily, in this case, Windows was affected. Many Windows machines managed by CrowdStrike experienced blue screens of death today. But it did not apply to me because I use a Mac. So nothing bad even happened. We had a couple services go down, wasn't a big deal. Yeah. It's just how it is. That's just what it's like to live in the world. Someone's getting fired. No, that's how they should not do it. The thing is, if someone makes a mistake, you shouldn't fire. Okay, unless it's like negligence and like intentionally mistaken, then sure. I think it's bad culture to fire someone simply because, you know, it's a process issue. It doesn't matter that the person maybe deployed some bad code, I don't know. But it's the processes that allowed him to do that. Or her, or them. You know, if you fire them, then, you know, you fired the one person who's going to try their best to not ever make that mistake again. You don't want to do that. Admin side was fine, but hospitals all had issues using Epic, so couldn't access patient records. It's true. Yeah, I keep forgetting Epic is the name of something that's not the Epic Game Store. Epic does like life insurance things. Like, what do they couldn't access Epic? Oh man, how are they gonna download Fortnite? No, there's other types of Epic. It's not the Epic Game Store, it's other Epic. So I feel bad for the poor IT folks that probably are gonna have to work the weekend. Yeah. I don't know what it's like. What are they doing up there? I'm surprised how many things depend on this thing. Because I remember at my previous place, they also use CrowdStrike. I think some people use it here as well. But we were primarily Mac and Linux based, as many tech organizations are. So I was not affected. Sufficiently advanced incompetence is indistinguishable from malice. Well, I will just have to wait to see the postmortem. If they even do postmortems. Do they even analyze the point of failure? The process failures that allowed this to go to prod? Knowing how to deal with a situation like this is valuable. Exactly, right? If you fire the person who did this, and you know, there's probably many people involved. The fact that, you know, you fire them, then they will, they're the one who knows what caused the issue, possibly. I don't know. It's a common thing at a lot of tech organizations to have blameless postmortems. It's a thing where, like, if something goes wrong, you get all the people that were involved, and then they summarize everything that went bad so that you can avoid this in the future. Now, if you fire those people, then you don't have the opportunity to learn. You know, then the people that they'll just have to guess what happened. They'll be like, oh, I don't know. They fired the guy who did this, so like we're just gonna have to analyze, have to infer what they did, processes that are there. Anyway, I don't really know what happened. Did they ever explain what happened? Are they aware of what they've done? Anyway, I don't know. I found out this morning because I was just on Twitter, and then like I saw a photo of a group of people in an office, and they were in front of blue screen computers, and they said, "Happy International Blue Screen Day." And I was like, what the spoilers? Blue Screen Day, that's... I would have found that out at the end of my stream. But actually, it wasn't actually Blue Screen Day. It was a joke. I thought that maybe there was an actual day called Blue Screen Day. I was like, I can't believe they would spoil this. I would have found this out later. But it's not actually that. It's just many people happen to experience blue screens. You know what? There's probably many people that got to take a day off because of this, you know? On a Friday even. A long 3-day weekend, you know? Just out there like, man, I don't feel like doing work today. And then you wake up and it's like, surprise, everything's broken. So you can't do work. Even if you wanted to do work, you can't. So I'm sure some people are very thankful for the kind folks over there at CrowdStrike. And they have, they're having a great day. Everyone's having a good time. It's also like not that hot today compared to like 2 days ago, where it was like really hot. Yesterday also was like not so bad. Today, not so bad. And I think that's cool. I think it's because it rained. Like 2 days ago it rained, and then due to the rain, it's not as hot outside. I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's what I'm experiencing. Sounds like a good enough reason to make International Blue Screen Day. Is that... I wonder if that's actually a thing. I would not be surprised if there was an actual Blue Screen Day. Blue Screen Day. Nope. Okay. Okay, searching Blue Screen Day just shows things from today. A lot of people joking about it. No, it has got to be a real thing, okay? International Blue Screen Day. No, give me results from... Is there a way to search Google for results from, like, yesterday? Because, like, the search results have been ruined by today. Every one of these Blue Screen Days talking about today's issues. It's messed up, man. Maybe next year. Next year, it could be July 19th. Blue Screen Day raid. It could happen. It could happen to you. Actually, I got a blue screen on my Windows sometime last week, I think. I don't remember when it was. Like, you know how my Windows PC keeps restarting itself sometimes, but it's like, it's not consistent. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I think one of the days before I started stream, I got like a blue screen on my PC. I was like, what the heck? What's causing this? What are they doing out there? We may never know. It's scary. It's not scary. I've experienced the same thing many times. It's such a common occurrence that it doesn't bother me anymore. But maybe to some, it is scary. Have you all experienced a blue screen recently? Including today. Was anyone here affected by today's issues? Maybe at least one person. Maybe several people. No. Who here actually uses Windows at work though? Among us. Who among us uses Windows? Troubleshooting blue screen can be annoying. My audio interface driver got corrupted. What the? You use Windows. You having a good time using Windows. Got a blue screen earlier this week, first in a while. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think there was actually, speaking of like Windows updates, I guess this isn't really Windows updates, but it's like sort of related. Is that I realized that my PC had been trying to install an update for like months and it's been failing. I'm like, what the heck is this? Could this be why my PC is restarting itself? And then it wasn't actually the issue, but I did end up fixing it. Apparently like Windows pushed out some kind of update like in March or something. And like it failed to install on some devices because like there was some sort of temporary volume that wasn't large enough to like install the thing. And then it's like you had to update it, you had to like do a bunch of manual steps. They still hadn't fixed it even though the issue was back in March. I forget what the specific issue was, but I had to look it up and it was like, hey, actually you gotta like run this script. You gotta like, you can create a temporary volume. You use the volume resizer to resize the temporary volume, and then you try to do all these things. What the heck? Why doesn't the installer just do this for me? And then it's like, if you don't want to like manually do it, here's a script you can run. And then I'm like, all right, fine. Fine, I will run this script. And then I had to open up Notepad, and then I had to like paste the script in there. To open up PowerShell in admin mode and then type a bunch of stuff. And then like eventually it worked. But I'm like, why is this a thing? Did you all experience this? Am I the only one here who has experienced this issue? Anyway, it did end up installing. And then I thought maybe that fixed my computer restart issues. Nope. It's not the issue. I'll never really know why my computer is restarting itself. Just one of the mysteries of life. One of those things that we will never hope to understand. Sometimes it just stops. It happens and then it stops. But anyway, that's, you know, computer issues. Many people out there having computer issues. Today is a major day. Computerized issues out there. It could happen to you. It could happen to streamers. Do you think there are any like VTuber organizations that have have their VTubers install CrowdStrike on their, like, I feel like probably not. But like, do you think there's any that supply their VTubers with like Windows PCs and then they use CrowdStrike to make sure it's up to date? I doubt it. I feel like most VTubers, even in corporations, they're just using their own hardware. Right? It's not like the corporation is gonna give them a brand new computer managed by them, logging all of their keystrokes. No. Are you all ever afraid that your workplace is monitoring your activity on your computer that they give you? Some places do it. Some places have like detectors to make sure that there's like, you know, they track how much you're moving the mouse, how many key presses you're pressing. And then some people, they buy like physical hardware that like moves their mouse around every once in a while just so that there's activity. I don't think my company or any company I've worked at does this. But that is a thing that some organizations do. You never know. You will never know what they will do. Even corporate VTubers probably troubleshoot their own tech issues. Yeah, that's just how it is. Everyone has their own unique setup. That's just what life is. Unless there was one YouTuber organization so large that they have just like 1 billion VTubers working from the office. What if there was like a VTuber organization where they had like an actual office that you had to go to, that you could not stream from home? You have to do it on company hardware in the office. You have to work your 9 to 5, show up in the office, you get there at like 9:30. Meetings. You're streaming from the office. That could be the new thing, okay? The brand new VTuber organization, brave enough to bring this sort of thing to VTubers. So then they understand. So that, you know, like a lot of people say streamers don't understand having a 9 to 5. They don't know what it's like to work in an actual office. And then, you know, there could be a VTuber organization that's like, actually, yeah, we will, in fact, have you do this. If you miss a stream, you have to use a sick day. Exactly. The benefits of working remotely, but not working remotely. The benefit of having a job that allows you to work remotely, but they don't actually let you. That'd be pretty good gag for an OL-themed VTuber or outfit. Literal 9 to 5 stream where they have to pretend to do office work every once in a while. It could happen. Could be a thing. There probably are people that do that. There are probably some people that just stream, you know those like, what is it called, co-working streams? Where people are just like doing work, but then they're also streaming. So it's like the Pomodoro, whatever timer up. And then they're just quiet for like, you know, 20 minutes and then like 15 minutes they get to talk. Stuff like that. That's an actual thing that people do. It's real. Yeah, Excel stream. Lunch stream. Eating lunch at your desk stream. Bringing lunch from from home. Going to the microwave. In the office. Welcome, Slime Molder. Catered lunch stream. It's like, yo chat, you won't believe it. They got catered lunch today. We had chicken. They had, I don't know, snacks in the office. Chewing stream. Anyone out there chewing food right now? Could be you. You could be streaming. You could be in the office right now. Snacks. And make some caprese sandwiches. Okay, so I have a limited understanding what that is. Is that just like mozzarella and tomato, basil, and bread? That is my understanding of what that term is. I'm going to assume that that is what it is. Maybe some vinegar, perhaps. Olive oil, I don't know what people put in those. Prosciutto, maybe. And balsamic vinegar, yeah, some kind of vinegar, I know. They love vinegar out there. Mozzarella, tomato, basil, and balsamic. Let's see. Oh, I hope it's good. I feel like whenever I have a sandwich and it doesn't have like meat or like tofu or like some kind of like major source of protein, I don't know, it feels incomplete for me. Even though I guess like cheese is a protein, right? But it's not the same. I don't know. Olive oil, don't forget to leave some for everyone else. Doesn't even, what does that even mean? Like, I love oil? Olive? I get it. All of oil. All of the oil. That makes sense. I understand now. It simply did not have the understanding of what that meant, but now I know. Not filling enough. Yeah, that's like one of the things. I don't know. I'm very particular about food sometimes. But like not really. Just in some ways, sort of. Okay, how does this work? How does this work? This 3 has to go across. This 4 literally can only be here. Oh, this could be here. This 3 could be the no, but then this this could go. Oh wait, I know. No, that doesn't work. That simply does not work. Okay, well, what if this 3? This 3 does have to go here. Or here. It could go there or there. Anyway, sandwiches. Anyone eating a sandwich right now? Anyone eating a CrowdStrike sandwich right now? I tweeted this, but there was, when I first heard about that CrowdStrike issue, I had a joke in mind. I was like, yo, CrowdStrike, isn't that the guy from Final Fantasy VII? And then I was like, well, I gotta look up if someone's made this joke. And then I searched on Twitter, and by the time I thought of the joke, at least 5 other people had already tweeted it. And I was like, well, I can't post this. Instead, I will post a screenshot of me looking up the thing on Twitter. So that people know. that I would have made this joke if it were original. But it's not. It's not original. It's already been made. But many people like the tweet of me posting the screenshot. You ever have that? Have you ever tried making a joke and then thought I wonder if anyone else has made this joke before? And then you look it up, and sometimes you are the first person. And you're like, whoa, what the heck? I have an original thought? That's crazy. This was not such a case, but it has happened before. And that's when you go like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Also, okay, what am I doing? What is wrong here? You think maybe this thing up here is wrong? I don't think so. This fits so perfectly. This has to be correct. Now the question though, this 4 then does have to go here. Now the question is, this 4 can't go down because then this 4 doesn't have a place to go. So this 4 must go across. I almost had it, man. Okay, and then this 4. Wait, is this it? Oh, this is it. Oh, I see. I understand. Could this even be? What is this creature? Change the 2. Alright, I got it. Just a bunch of shapes. We have shapes out here. Okay, what do we have here? This 2 obviously goes here. This 4 must go this way. And then you just follow the rest of the path. Upward as well as downward. Anyway, I didn't do too much at work today. I was just like, man, another day of me not really feeling being productive. I looked at code and then I was like, I could write this code. However, it's Friday and I don't feel like it. Now, I don't even have the excuse that my computer was affected by the CrowdStrike thing because it wasn't. But I saw tweets about it and I was like, oh, things are happening out there. And I don't feel like working. I don't know. You all get that on Fridays. You ever just think that maybe you don't feel like working? And then you're just browsing Twitter. I was watching streams. I was watching Northern Line do some video game trivia. That was cool. Yeah, Friday tends to be the least productive. Especially in the summer. I know some places have summer Fridays where they take either a half day or every other Friday is a day off or something. I haven't really worked at a place that had that, but I know some places do. Some places do it informally too. Like, they don't actually have a Summer Friday kind of like schedule, but people just like, they just leave the office early on Fridays, and like I think that's cool. After like 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. It's like, you know, half the day. Just how it is. That's human nature. People out there just got things to do sometimes. They got streams to watch. They got video games that need to be played. They got tweets that need to be read. It's just life. That's just what life is. Spent some time updating my configs. Configuration for Nix. To update my Mac OS settings in a managed way. I don't know. Looked at some Python code and then was like, I don't want to write this. I want to write some Python. Anyone out there writing Python? Not me. And looked at I read Python, but I did not write it today. Thank you, Chicken Coop Enjoyer, for the 25 months. Those are, in fact, some emotes right there. And then what? And then what even happened? What even is out there? Nothing. I was at the office yesterday. They had this really good corn thing. Does anyone know the Mexican dish called esquites or whatever? Esquites. It's like corn, and then they have like, I don't know, like elote, but like as a salad kind of thing. It was really good. They had that at the office, and I ate it. And I was like, this is possibly like one of the best lunches we've had. Welcome, Deffins. It was good. And this is where you keep track of all the things I talk about that I had that I've had at lunch, and then you could track down where I worked. Be like, wait a second. This other person also talked about their company serving this food. Wolfie said he had this. Interesting. It also known as elote and vaso. It was good. The weird thing is though that they served it cold at the office. Like I thought it would have been like a warm kind of thing. Anyway, it was good even though it was cold. We don't have a lot of decent Mexican food here in Germany. I guess that makes sense. Germany is in fact pretty far away from Mexico. Welcome, Monmu. I assume that I did not greet you yet. Yes, I did not greet you. But now I did. It's good. It's good food. And then they had, you know, they had some more of the naan from Tuesday. The Indian food. It was good. It wasn't as good as it was on Tuesday though, for some reason. You know, maybe later in the week, the quality of the food is not as good. But, you know, it was still pretty decent. Yeah, naan bread. It's better fresh. No, they made it fresh. I think it's just that, like, I don't know what it was. It wasn't leftovers from Tuesday. I think maybe they had like different people making it, and then the people on Tuesday like knew how to make it better. I don't know. I definitely took a photo. Like every time I eat food, does anyone take photos every time they eat food? I do that. And when I look back at the photo that I took on Tuesday, it was like, it was a different color. The curry was like darker on Tuesday, and I think it was a bit more flavorful. The naan was also a bit better. Always forget to take a photo. You don't take a photo? I think it's good. I like taking photos of things. My mom does it for restaurants though. Does she post them on Instagram? Does she send them in the group chat? Like, check out this food I ate. Check out this restaurant. I mean, I did it because like I used to post them on Instagram back when I actually used Instagram. I don't post them anymore, but I still like taking the photos. Because then, you know, you can come back to the photos years from now and be like, oh yeah, remember when I had this thing? This thing was good. Welcome, Tag Barrel. I've noticed that I take photos of beer far more often than of food. I have never taken a photo of beer, which I think makes sense because I don't drink. But if I did drink, I'm sure I would take photos of beer. Does it make sense? I used to also take photos of like, you know how like I mentioned at my office we have like yogurt? And like I eat the yogurt every morning when I get to the office. I've stopped taking photos of the yogurt because it's like the same thing every time. Otherwise I would have like, you know, hundreds of photos of just a cup of yogurt for every day I go to the office. Maybe not hundreds, but like if I go to the office twice a week, within a year it'll be like 100 photos. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna take a photo of just plain old yogurt. We've seen yogurt enough times. About cool drinks, I just drink water, so not really. But sometimes if I drink something that's not just water, sure. It doesn't happen that often. Well, also, okay, well, I also drink tea, but I don't take photos of the tea either. So I put the pictures into Logseek. I do not. They're just in Google Photos or whatever. I don't categorize them or anything like that, but you know, every once in a while, I'll look back at old photos. Like, man, that was good. That was some good food. And it was in fact good food. Photos from like 15 years ago. I'll look back at it and be like, I remember when I took this photo on my iPod Touch back in the day before I had a smartphone. Welcome, Hamflow. I only really take photos if it's something really extraordinary, like if the dish was shaped like a hedgehog or something. And make sure to get photographic evidence. I've gotten into the habit of taking pictures of things that are kind of mundane. Because like, even though they are mundane to you now, if you go back to them like 10 years from now or like 5 years from now, you'll be like, you know, you'll remember them. You'll have a good time. You'll be like, oh, I remember this. This was good times. You know, because like things change gradually. If you have a photo of the mundane things, later on, it's not going to be so mundane anymore. I made some frozen cocktails and slushies today. Refreshing. Yeah, it sounds good for summer. Good times. Otherwise, photography is mostly of animals, plants, or dilapidated buildings. Yeah, those are some interesting things, though. Would Subway Rat be mundane? No. Subway Rat is great. Love to keep photos of Subway Rat. It doesn't happen every day. I mean, I'm sure it happens every day, but like, not to the point that I see it every time I go out. Like, there are definitely rats every day, but I don't see them. And so when I do see them, I'm like, that's great. I gotta post this. I gotta take a photo. I gotta show it on the Discord. I like how the Discord is just rat posting now. When people see it, see a piece of media that has a rat in it, they just post it on the Discord. It's not even a rat focused Discord. People just got used to it. Yeah, that one. Classic times. Welcome, Cole. Rat jam. Any rats out there? Anyone seen a rat recently? Not in a YouTube video, but in real life. I haven't seen one in a while. Rats are too skittish here, never stay still long enough for a photo. It is kind of hard to like take a photo of them sometimes here too. Cause like, you know, they're on the train track. Sometimes they run away fast, too fast. and I don't get to photograph them. There have probably been at least like a dozen times that I've seen a rat in the subway but was not able to photograph. They're shy. Yeah, they're out there. You know, one thing I miss about Android phones, like I'm on an iPhone now, but I used to be an Android user. The fact that you could like double tap the power button to quickly bring up the camera, that was so useful. iPhone doesn't have that. I know the newer iPhones, they have like you can reprogram one of the buttons to become a camera button, but I don't have that phone. But every time I want to take a photo and it's something like quick, I have to like, you know, go to my home screen, press the camera button, or I'll like turn off my phone, or like go to the lock screen and then swipe to the right. You can do what? Yeah, you can double tap the power button to bring up your camera. I don't know if it's enabled by default, but there's a setting to do it maybe? I don't know. Can you try it right now? Does anyone know? Is it there by default? It works? Yeah, it's so useful. If you ever have like a time sensitive photo, like, you know, you see something cool and you're like, oh man, I gotta photograph this. And you can do it. Now you know. My old phone had a wiggle function to access the camera. A wiggle. Is that you just shake your phone and then it goes to camera mode? A phone I had a function that when I shaked it thrice in short succession, I turned on the flashlight. Yeah. But doesn't that sometimes trigger by accident? You ever have like a thing where like you turn on the flashlight on your phone and then like it's been on but it's like in your pocket so you didn't notice? And then when you take your phone out, the flashlight is on and you're like, what the heck? I hate that. You're like, how long has this been on? how much battery have I wasted by having this light on? Welcome cast channel. You shake it from side to side. I see. Had that on one of my old Motorola phones. It was handy. I think it's cool when phones have cool functionality. They sometimes turn off accidentally, but it most happen if I dropped it. The flashlight would turn on. I don't know. It's cool though. Very nice to see things. To see functionality that is not immediately obvious. But to power users that know, that's it. Does anyone have like pro tips like that? Like here's 10 cool things you didn't know about your phone. Yeah, you can press the power button twice to bring up the camera. That's what I did. When I first got an iPhone, I was like, I gotta know like what functionality exists that is not obvious. I forgot the things I learned, but I definitely looked it up at some point. Motorola users out here. Good times. It's actually kind of funny that like I think iPhones have a lot of like functionality that is hidden behind gestures, and like there's no easy way to discover them unless someone tells you. You're like, hey, do you know you could do this thing? There was like this recent update I think that they made to their what's the app called? The calculator app? I forget what it was, but there was like some button that like if you like held down on the button, it did something else, and then people were like, wait, what the frickin'? This basic functionality was a gesture, and then like in some recent update they like made it an actual button. People are like, wait, you can do that now? You can do that weird hand swipe thing to take a screenshot? I didn't know. It was a hand swipe thing. Oh, actually, you know what's a cool functionality of Android phones that have the touch sensor on the back? At least the ones that I had. They had it so that if you swiped down on the touch sensor on the back of your phone, it would also swipe down the notifications thing. I use that all the time. It's so useful. Because like otherwise you have to like move your thumb to the top and then like swipe down from the actual top of the screen. And then once I learned that you could do it with the touch sensor, I was like, what the frick? This changes everything. Take the side of your hand and swipe across the screen. It'll take a screenshot. I didn't know that. The side of your hand. It's crazy. Actually, I don't think I take screenshots that often on my phone. It's pretty rare. At the shortcut on my iPhone where you smack the back twice with your finger, it would open the volume flashlight. Oh yeah, I used to have that enabled, but I kept triggering it accidentally to the point where it was like kind of annoying. So I stopped. But I did have it. And I'm sure it is useful if it doesn't trigger accidentally. Like sometimes I would just be lying in my bed and then like I would accidentally bump my phone into like my wall or something and then it would bring up the camera. It's like, I don't want this. So then I turned it off. But otherwise, it sounds like it could be useful. Found out by accident that power plus volume took screenshots. Is it? Yeah, I think that's the default on like most phones, right? I think even iPhones. That's how things are. But yeah, there's a lot of like obscure gestures. People would otherwise not know. I think some iPhone apps also have a functionality where you shake your phone and then it like brings up the bug report menu or something. I think I almost had it. I messed up. I don't even know. Well, this 4 has to be this. There's no other option for this 4. Therefore, this 2 has to be there. Oh, it's just this. That's how it is. That's how it is. I know. Totally understand everything there is to know about this puzzle. Secret hidden functionality. What if there was like some life-changing thing that was like, hey, do you know you can do this on your phone? And then like you spend the rest of your life optimizing around that thing. Like, well, you can get $50 every time you press Alt F4 on your keyboard. And then people are like, what? You can press Alt F4 to do this? And then everyone does it. And then everyone just gets a lot of money. That's how it is. Also, did you see that for the CrowdStrike issue? I saw that there was a post that said something like, it was from Microsoft, and it said, it's been known that restarting your computer sometimes fixes the issue. People have reported success after restarting their computer 15 times. You're like, what the heck? 15 times? You would think that like after restarting your computer like, 2 times, you'd be like, okay, maybe this doesn't work. But there are people out there that are like, I'm gonna restart it 15 times, and then it does work. And you're like, what how does that work? Yeah, 15. They literally said 15. You can look it up. It's real. Do you know that if you eat healthy and get enough sleep, your body will work better? Sometimes. It's not always true. Could be true. Yo, I also got that emote today. This one right there. Welcome, Orfish. The day when computers what? It's just the day when computers. Those people were desperate. Apparently it has something to do with like... Okay, I don't remember what it was, but it was something like the loading order of the kernel modules is like random or something. And like sometimes they might be loaded in a certain order that just happens to work right. The patches get applied in the right order. Really specifically odd solutions are funny. Yeah, that's life. Imagine being the guy who wrote that code. It's probably several people. I doubt it was just one guy. And if it was just one guy, there was probably code reviews. There was probably automated testing that should have caught this. It leads to deeper issues at the root of the cause. Very rarely is it just one guy. But what if it was one guy? Wouldn't that be so funny? If it was literally one guy. Cool. You could put that on your resume. Hey guys, I'm the guy who caused... I'm the one guy who caused this issue that affected the entire world. Brought down hospitals. It brought down train systems, planes, and everything. Imagine being someone like on a flight today. Must be like an awful time. Truly one of the worst times to fly. It was totally preventable. Why did they reject me? They're putting it on my resume. It was me. I did it. That's right. That's right. The company that I was working at is actually CrowdStrike, everyone. I was the engineer that pushed this bug to production. Remove top 3, thank you. I'm just kidding. But now that you know that was a joke, now you can strike that company off the list. Places that I work. You know, now that I've joked about it, now you know. Now it's like, oh, he's joked about it, he can't possibly work there. Now then you're like, did he really not work there, or is he just doing this to mislead us? Maybe he does actually work at CrowdStrike. Welcome, Cryptic Command. Any CrowdStrike employees? I wonder, I feel like there's gotta be at least one VTuber fan at CrowdStrike, right? Statistically, there must be. Do you think maybe one of those people, who do you think they're Oshi? Do you think maybe one of the people involved was a VTuber fan? Maybe they were like busy watching, you know, a stream from their Oshi. And then they got distracted. They're like, I'm just gonna push this code to prod. Oh, what the frick, my favorite VTuber is playing this game, I gotta watch. And then everyone's like, oh, are you deploying that thing? Is it going well? They're like, oh, don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. But they didn't know. I feel like Wolfie wouldn't just be streaming at home if he worked for CloudStrike. That I wouldn't just be streaming at home. Don't they have remote positions though? Isn't that their whole thing? Is that remotely administering devices makes it easier to work from home? I don't know. Cloud. Why are those... Oh, it was actually CrowdStrike. When did I say CloudStrike? Crowd. What if it was CrowdStrike, you know? What if the crows were striking? Not crowd. It's like crow apostrophe D. Crowd strike. It could happen. There could be crows out there. But you know what's funny is that animals don't even understand. They don't even understand the concept of technology failing in this way. They don't even know what a kernel module is. You know, do you think there are pets at home that, you know, their human owners are like not working today because of CrowdStrike issues? And then their dog is just like, oh, what the heck? My human is like, you know, they're feeding me today. They're going to the park. We're going to the park for some reason. They don't even know that this is caused by a company that does remote management software for computers. They just think their owner is being nice. Crows are smart. They are. That's why they can strike. That's why crows did. Do you think crows did this? It's possible. And then there could be cats out there and their owner's like, you know, they're chilling with their cat because they got nothing else to do. It could be a net positive. You know, for all the pets out there today, do you think they had a great day today? Because their owners were not so focused on work? that everyone was able to take time off, just have a good time on Friday with their pets. We should be thanking CrowdStrike for allowing us to do this. Welcome, Nova. What were you doing? What are you doing, Art? Shout out, Nova, Ponsu. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That is in fact not art. I guess in some ways it is art, but it's also not. Welcome, Panirapuni. Welcome, Genie A1. Art was, oh, okay, I knew it was art. There had to be art. That's just what it is. We're simply talking about CrowdStrike. We're talking about all the animals today that had owners that could chill with them because they couldn't do work. Don't you think that's great? That people could just hang out with their pets today. Society. Could you send me your 3D model to be put on Tony Hawk? I cannot, because it is unique to me. I cannot send it to anyone, because then it could be leaked. Then people could just do whatever they want, but I can't have that. I simply can't do it. But maybe if someone else wanted to make one, another model, it is me. Goku landing the Christ Air. Goku, what do you think Goku thinks of the CrowdStrike issue? 3D, yeah, that's just me. It's not a model. It's me in real life. Me for real. Goku. Do you think Goku could have stopped CrowdStrike from breaking everything? Do you think if Goku was out there, that he could have prevented all of this from happening? Or do you think he would have been powerless? You know who could have stopped this? Mega Man EXE. Rockman.exe. He could have stopped this. I'm sure there's someone out there who already made a tweet about this, right? The thing about Mega Man EXE is that, you know, he solves cybersecurity issues. That's what the games are about. Now, if he was aware of this issue, I'm sure he could have prevented it. One must imagine Goku powerless. Could be. What if he wasn't, though? What if he had so much power? What if Goku caused this? Do you think Goku would do that? That he would just cause mayhem just for fun? He could have done this by accident. Me when I'm disappointed, but also cold. Sigh, I get it. Sigh and then burr. Like burr, the sound you make when it's cold. It's a good one. He would. Was Goku fizzy drinks alone would have caused this? Goku fizzy drinks? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Goku would, but not maliciously. I don't know. Would you trust Goku with your life? Because, you know, sometimes he just does things by accident. Just ruins things. Destroys cities. Just by accident. Absolutely not. Okay, which anime character would you trust to solve the CrowdStrike issue? If you could summon one character from anime, and their job was solely to fix this issue, who would it be? John Halo? What would he do? Is there Halo anime? Shimarin? Mirror Camp? Finish the fight. But who are they fighting? Who is even strong enough to solve this issue? Who is the most well-known hacker in anime? Someone that could fix all cybersecurity issues. Is there anyone? Do you think Ash Ketchum from Pokemon could solve this? Do you think perhaps a VTuber could solve this? Radical Edward? Who's that? Edward Scissorhands? Do you think that guy could solve this? I don't know. Have they resolved the issue? I have not been keeping track. Anyway, I'm gonna hydrate. Oh, from Cowboy Bebop. I have not watched Cowboy Bebop, so I don't really know if that is in fact a person. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate now. Okay, I realized I did not have my redeems page open. So those are in fact some delayed redeems. Now it's good. Did someone redeem a fish? Oh, it's someone. Okay. I was like, was that a redeem from the start of the stream that did not occur? No, we're good. Fried egg. Rotom. Anyway, many issues could be solved by anime. What about gaming? Do you think the guy from Cyberpunk 2077 could have solved this? Do you think Steve Jobs could have prevented this if he was alive today? I know it affected Windows machines. Actually, you know, would he even want to prevent this? Because, like, it affected... What if Steve Jobs did this? What if he just wanted to stop Windows and he was like, you know what? You know what's a good way to do this? Just use CrowdStrike. It's installed on millions of devices. Who is Steve Jobs? Bofa. Got him. Can you believe he fell for it? Steve Jobs. Steven Careers. What if your name was Steven Careers? Stefan. Do you ever think it's weird that Steven sometimes is spelled with a PH instead of an F? Sorry, with an F, with a V. What if there was a Steven? I guess there is. Stefan? Steven with the PH. S-T-E-P-H-E-N. Stefan. A lot of names like that, where you would think it would be pronounced one way or spelled one way, but it's not. It's totally different. Stefan. Steph Curry was the first guy to pronounce his name correctly. Stefan. Stefan on the beach. Do-do-do-do-do. Remember that? Remember that from SpongeBob? Stefan on the beach. Now, what if it was Stefan? What if it was Stefan on the beach? Stefan on the beach. Guys, classic times. Oh, Wolfie. Just naming classic bits from shows. SpongeBob. He's always talking about SpongeBob. Look at this color. SpongeBob. That's SpongeBob's nose right there. He sure does. He sure does know. Anyway, anything else happen since Wednesday? Anything even worthy of discussion? Bob Esponja? Bob Esponja? Bob Sponge in Spanish. What about I don't even know. I don't even know. Why did they even have this? This isn't even a puzzle. There's literally one solution. Why do that? What, to make you feel smart? You're like, oh, 5, I know that one. SpongeBob is such a misleading name. He doesn't float on the surface, he walks on the floor. You mean that he's not Bob? No, his name is just Bob. It's just bobbing. Bobbing and weaving. Nothing, let's talk more about food. Okay, what is there to mention about food? Sometimes life is just, you know, sometimes they just give you an easy puzzle. His name is also Sponge. He does, in fact, you know, he doesn't even have square pants. Those are rectangular prism even. Messed up. It's not a square. He's not square at all. Okay, let's do this one. Let us do this one. Now this is the one where you have to guess. Not guess. You have to use contradiction strategies. And this one I believe is not here. It can't be here. It's gotta be here. Yeah, more like sponge walk rectangular prism pants. So true. But then again, I guess your name doesn't always have to be accurate to who you are, right? It's just a name. You could have called him anything. He could have been like Sponge Circle Up Left AB. I don't know. That could have been his name. Could have been fine. Just because we think... It's like, you know, you think of people's names. And you're like, oh, this guy's not even, you know, his last name's Carpenter. He's not even a carpenter. That's fine. It's totally acceptable. It's like, oh, his name is Steve Jobs, and yet he only has one job? That's weird. I thought he would have had multiple. No. Doug Bowser? It's not even really Bowser. He did not even past tense dig Bowser. From the past, Doug. Dig Doug. Sabrina Carpenter. Is that someone? Is that a person that we know? Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Okay, this one was kind of easy. I feel like these are usually a bit harder. Mike Rowe is actually above average height. Yeah, Mike Rowe. Micro celebrity. I made that joke. When Hamplo said micro celebrity, and then I was like, haha, Mike Rowe, that's a celebrity. He is in fact a celebrity. And then there was like another thing where I think on Northern Lion stream, someone said like micro jobs or something. It was Sips. Sips was talking about how when you have a kid, you just have a lot of micro jobs. I was like, micro jobs? Yeah, he sure did. He sure did those jobs. That was his main thing that he did. He was known for that. I didn't say that in chat, but I thought it. Anyway, it's time for Picross. Well, I guess we could do, I don't know. I want to do more of these now. We gotta do Picross. We gotta go to Picross. Change that category. Picross S2. Yeah, dirty jobs. That was him. Mike Rowe, that was the guy. Michael Rowe. He didn't even row, man. He probably did, actually. Probably did have to row in some episodes. Does anyone row? Anyone out there rowing? Kayaking? Anyone do kayaking? You could be kayaking right now. You could be rafting. Alright, 410. This one's just math. This one, pretty easy, actually. 113. We got all the corners right there. Simple. So simple. No need to even think. Literally, it's right there. What were they thinking? What were they doing here? Welcome, Delicious Smile. What if Wolfie was a Victorian chimney sweep? I would probably be dead. Isn't that like a really dangerous job? You get like all the fumes there. You die from all the soot that enters your lungs. Kind of messed up. One of those jobs that is underappreciated. They're sacrificing their lives, and for what? And for what even? Tag barrel rows sometimes. What is the best rowing method? If there even is such a... What's a rowing method tier list? Is there even is there even disagreement between the different methods? Are there even different methods? Does everyone just agree on doing that thing? You can't even demonstrate what I'm talking about because this is not a VR stream. I have no idea, I just wrote. Yeah, that's just how you do it. That's life. Sometimes you don't gotta worry about the meta. Here's one more. Oh yeah, that's the 2 strats. But what about the best strat? What about the worst strat? Sacrificing their lives for less than minimum wage. That's true. I think there are definitely still chimney sweeps nowadays, right? Because, like, you know, there are people that have chimneys, and surely those things do need sweeping. Now, I wonder if those people also suffer from the same medical issues. Welcome, Hometown. It's not the minimum wage if they get paid less than that. No, because, like, you know, people get paid less than minimum wage all the time. It would just be illegal. Prefer to row gently. Typically, I go downstream. Found it's the most merry way to do it. Merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream. They used to hire young children. Yeah, because they could fit into the chimneys better, right? That's the same reason why they had children, like, in the coal mines, right? Because, like, they could fit into the smaller places. Right? That's just what life was like. Back in the day. Anyone alive back then? Yeah, and factories. That was the meta. And then it was too OP, so they had to remove it. It's too... The meta was a bit too much. After the balance patches, they had to remove child labor. Just what it was like. That's just how it is. You know, they had adults doing that stuff now. Can get replacements quickly, right? It was too powerful. Someone had to nerf it. They had to put a stop to this. Otherwise, the meta would have been ruined forever. And no one could compete. How could adults even compete with that? Alright, what is this? Astronaut? I knew it. I know. How did he know? How could he even distinguish this shape? I guess it was pretty obvious. Okay, let's do this one. Would you ever be an astronaut? If they offer like a trip to space, would you ever do it? Because I feel like a lot of people would. They'd be like, oh, a trip to space, I would love to do that. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I would not do it. There's like nothing up there for me. Like, what, I guess it's kind of cool, but also like I don't, like once you're up there, you're like, what do I do now? You just look around. Like, I just want to go home. Yeah, space is scary. You could die. But like, what if it was like, what if they had like a space elevator? You know, if they developed something that was like, you didn't need to have years of training to do it. You could go there for like a day and come back. I still wouldn't do it. I'm like, why would I want to do that? I could potentially die. I mean, like, I'm sure like at some point it'll be safe. But there's nothing up there for me. There's nothing like appealing about going to space. Watch anime in space. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. You would 100% do it. What would you do up there, though? I guess you could look around. I guess it would be kind of cool. But I feel like after like an hour, maybe, I don't know, maybe, okay, maybe not an hour, but like after a while, I'd be like, this is cool, but like, I just want to go home now. I don't know, maybe I just don't appreciate the world. You know, borrowing a couple billion dollars, nobody will bother you. No, but what if it's like an emergency situation? What if they installed CrowdStrike on those International Space Station computers, huh? What would you do then? 10-day cruise to outer space. Do my job float. Is that your job though? What if they had you doing like labor on the ship? Float around, look at stars, eat space food, take a dump in the weird space toilets. Wouldn't want to stay for long. What would the maximum time you would want to stay in space? A week? Would you be there for a whole week? Like a day? 2 days? I don't know. It still feels like not that appealing to me. 2 days? I guess with like, if you stay there for a full day, you get to see like the entire like Earth rotation or whatever. It'd be kind of cool. It's not good for your health. Yeah, man. Especially, I guess, like without training, you know, messes with your bones. About your sense of reality. And you go to space and then suddenly everyone's like, everyone asks you about it. They're like, oh, how was space? Oh, what was it like? You're like, yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. Look at these photos. Whoa, I gotta go to space, man. Astronauts have to train really hard to not atrophy. Scary. So much could go wrong, you know? You could like, what if there was like a medical incident, right? And then like they don't have that many like doctors on there, nurses. And then no. What if you die? What if someone died? And then what? Has anyone died in space? Like a human? Has that happened before? Okay, no, yes. Okay, no, besides like explosions or things like that, like has anyone successfully made it up into space? And then besides animals, I know there were many animals that did not get sent back to Earth and probably died in space. But I don't think anyone died in orbit, I see. What, you could be the first one. You could be like, yo, let's go. They're opening up space travel to like, you know, people that aren't trained to be astronauts. What a great opportunity to be the first person to die in orbit. Your name will be in history. You could do it. I don't know. Anyway, everyone knows about Laika, you know, the dog that got sent to space and then like didn't come back. You know there was a cat that got sent to space and did come back? Isn't that cool? I think that's kind of cool. I don't know anything about the cat. I don't even know if it's real. I just saw a tweet about it. That sounds cool. Imagine being that cat. Imagine being like an animal like sent into space. Like you don't really know what's going on. Just, yeah, they're dropping cats in zero gravity. 3 Russians died in space. In orbit? When was this? You know, they land right side. Yeah, they were very confused. Actually, there was that whole video about like they brought a bunch of different animals into zero gravity and then they saw how they reacted. Everyone was confusing, but then everyone's confused. But then the rats were just running around. The rats were zooming. Or the mice. I don't know if it was rat or mice. Cat died on Mars, went over by the rovers. I don't. Oh, that's a joke. That's not funny though. Cat definitely did not die. But I understand. I understand what you meant. The the crew of Soyuz 11 died after undocking from Space Station Salyut 1 after a 3-week stay. A cabin vent valve construction defect caused it to open at service module separation. Recovery team found the crew dead. These 3 are, as of 2024, the only human fatalities in space. Then I guess it has happened then. It's scary. So much can go wrong in space. You can be up there and no one is there to help you. That's the scary part. You said it's just you and your team. If your team doesn't know what to do, pretty much dead. Fine. There. Most animals get confused when piloting big machinery. I don't think either the pigeon missiles or chicken mines were particularly confident in what they were doing. Pigeon missiles? Chicken mines? What the heck? Chicken mines? They don't tend to do that. It's weird. But yeah, like imagine being like an animal just sent into space. You don't really know what's happening. Like, what is this vehicle? What even is space? Gravity's being all weird. It must be really scary. But then, like, imagine being the animal sent into space and then you come back alive. Actually, it's really sad for the dog that died in space, right? Like, it doesn't even know that it's out there. It died in outer space, and it's like, it was probably really scared. Welcome props on Jack. But the cat that did come back, you know, that must have been so relieving. Comes back and it's like, what the frick was that? Do you think if cats could communicate with other cats to talk about their stories, they're like, you would not freaking believe what happened. These humans put me in like this machine. They set me so I was like upside down, and then like I came back, and then like everything's good now. I don't know. And then the other cat's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even understand what you're saying. And they knew Laika would not make it. That's the messed up part. They would just do that. They definitely could not do that today, right? If they knew that an animal would die in space, they would not have done it. Back then, times were different. They didn't care. Did they learn anything from that mission though? Were they just like, what if we send a dog into space? And then they just did it. And like, I guess that's what happens. Latest Phantom magazine had a Flash Gordon comic about Laika surviving. Very wholesome. If only it was real. They absolutely would do it, but they wouldn't make setting it up a big media spectacle. Actually, I feel like they would just send like mice up into space, right? Because like, you know, they do all this testing on mice and rats. They definitely would just send them into space just to see what the effects are. Laika is in the MCU. Cosmo the Wonder Dog. I see. That's cool though. Not the fact that the dog died, but the fact that it has a lasting legacy. Not that the dog would understand. Would rats survive the G-forces? I mean, they do have videos of rats. Well, okay, this is actually, I don't know. Would they? Maybe. I mean, like, cats did. Dogs did. Would rats survive the cheese forces? Guinea pigs. Remember the Disney movie G-Force or whatever? Or what is it called? There was a guinea pig in space. Is that real? Have they ever sent a guinea pig into space? Is that a real thing? Chat, is this real? Okay, 5 has got to be here. The cheese forces. Cheesed to meet you. Pretty sure they have. Okay, what do you think is the most common animal besides human that they've sent into space? Have they sent other dogs into space after Laika? Preferably like one that survived. Have they sent like... They've sent chimps into space, right? Welcome Liquid Cake, welcome Brooke. Bacteria? No, but like I mean like a large multicellular sentient organism. They've sent chimps into space. They've sent... Have they ever sent bugs into space? Have they sent like a butterfly? A caterpillar? Bacterias ain't animals. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They sent a tortoise, spiders, and fruit flies. Man, that must be so confusing. I mean, like for every animal, I'm sure it's confusing. But like fruit flies, what the heck? Fruit flies, they don't do that. Bet there's loads of bugs in space. I bet they use them behind the scenes with the waste. Oh, actually, yeah. Do they when astronauts poop in space, do they just like send that into space? Do they like bring it back to Earth? What happens to that? Do they have like insects eat the poop, like maggots or whatever? What is that? Has anyone talked about this? How about sending cockroaches? Tortoise. What has that tortoise about space? What does that mean? They sent nematodes on the Columbia, which actually survived. What the? It's crazy. It's great. Great for them. What has that taught us? Nah, that's a bit of a stretch. Tortoise? I don't know. I guess if you explain it, it works. Soviets sent a rocket with mice, a dog, and a guinea pig to space. They say the craft was recovered successfully. It doesn't state on Wikipedia that it includes the passengers. Dang. It's kind of messed up. Welcome, Sir Ryu. I would imagine they recycle it as much as they can. The poop? Oh, do you think they use it for like plants and stuff like that? Fertilizer. Liquid refuse is recycled into water. Solid refuse, don't recall the process. But I know they also recycle extra water from solid refuse. Dang. Oh wait, also welcome Jack00. I didn't even notice. They have to recycle everything. What about garbage? What do you think they don't recycle? What kind of things do they ever just throw things into space? Or do they always bring it back? Do they always reuse things, like literally everything? Or are they ever just like, man, I don't feel like reusing this, I'm just gonna throw it into space? They don't recycle. Recycling machines. Aliens are gonna get mad. Do you think so? There's already like a lot of trash in orbit, right? Would it be better to put the trash in space, or no? Because then doesn't that cause like environmental issues as well? Do you think it's like better to put trash in space or to like bring it back to Earth? Because I feel like, you know, you bring it back to Earth has a bunch of issues, but like space also has a lot of issues. They would have to eject it into a re-entry orbit. You wouldn't want to be hit 20,000 mile per hour orbital poop. But wouldn't it disintegrate out there? We have to track every individual piece of space debris. Maybe. That's just how life is. I found the answer from buffalo.edu. What did they say? Buffaloes are educating right now. They either eject it and it burns up in the atmosphere. See, that's what I assumed. That's what I thought they did. But how do they recycle? One of the biggest hazards in orbit is paint flecks on different orbits to you. Send it back to Earth safely. For an examination. They're going to examine the space poop. I guess they could. They drop a piece of trash from a window. It would stay in orbit. If you change orbit, that piece of trash can suddenly hit you with massive force. You may need to make the object's orbit descending. Oh, I see. Wait, if you eject it, if you drop the trash from the window, does it necessarily go really fast? Is moving at 5,000 miles per... Wait, what? Even if the space station is stationary? I guess that's not really stationary, right? It's like it's always moving in orbit. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because you are in orbit. I think just like from the perspective of someone from on Earth, you know, because we're so close to Earth. You drop it and then it's just like not moving. But I guess that makes sense. In space, things do be moving really fast. Same velocity as the station. Okay, but like, what if you made it really slow somehow? What if you just did it? Oh. See, those are the things you gotta think about with space. Is if you were just in space, you did not have training, maybe you would just think to eject something into space. It could end up causing major damage. A reverse thruster on the pool. Do you think someone has done that? You think they have sent poop into space and then they found out the hard way? Yeah, let's just launch it into space. Just, you know, what's the worst that could happen? And then it's like, whoops, actually, that was pretty bad. You'll learn all about it if you play Outer Wilds. Maybe. Maybe someday. I do have it, though. I do have that game. I just have never played it. Okay, what if this was here? What if this was here? It can't be here. That's the thing, it can't be here, because this must be a 3. And it's telling you that it can't be there. Outer Wilds is neat even if you play it only as an orbit simulator. Maybe. I mean, I am enjoying Tunic, and many people do say, wait, this is wrong. This can't be. Wait, this is also wrong. Wait, what the heck? But yeah, you know, I'm enjoying Tunic. Many people say Tunic has a kind of similar thing as Outer Wilds, where you learn things, and it's like, well, you learn this thing, now you can do this. So you could have done this the whole time. Tunic. What happened to one Nick? I don't know. One too many X's on the left. Oh, right, because it could be here. That's what it was. That's what it is. 7th column. Perhaps you are correct. Alright, 7th column. 1, 1, 5, 2, 1. The 2 does in fact have to be there. There's only like 3 puzzles that aren't just read about thing and then do it. Yeah, but then Everyone says it's the best game. It's the goated game of all time. Everyone loves it. Outer Wilds, I don't know a single person that played it that said they didn't like it. It's super popular. It's so well known. Everyone's like, you gotta play the Outer Wilds. You simply must. And I was like, you know, maybe I will. Maybe one of these days I will actually do it. Okay, got the 10 right there. We got the 1. What if you brought a copy of Outer Wilds into space? And then you play it in space. Wouldn't that be cool? You could be in the Outer Wilds. For real. He will never play new games. I'm playing new games literally every Saturday. I play so many games. I'm playing new games. I'm playing like 50 new games per month. I feel like I play more games than most Twitch streamers. It's only because of Variety Saturdays. So many games out there. Yeah, I'm on the indie game front. I even know about the obscure reference. Is this spoilers? People that watch Tunic, you know I played that obscure game that was referenced in Tunic. That was an amazing moment for me. It's like, what the frick? They referenced this obscure game that I played one time. And I'm like one of the few people that knows. Blazing the Trail. Although most of them are demos. No, a lot of them are full games. They just happen to be very short games. Very short, full games. I am running out though. At some point I will in fact run. No, I can't run out of games. It's impossible to run out of games. So many out there. Imagine running out of games on itch. Just doesn't happen. It can't happen. There's no way. I'm gonna play the entire... No, I will not, because I specifically don't play the horror games. You know that itch has a hidden functionality to exclude certain tags? That's how I find games. I just exclude the horror tag because like all of the I feel like 90% of the games on itch are just like indie horror games. Like I'm not into that. But that's what most people on itch are looking for probably. Which has more games, Steam or itch? Probably itch. I would be surprised if it was. Actually, I don't know. Would I be surprised? I think I would be. Issue with tag exclusion? Yeah. I would have also excluded like visual novel games because I'm not interested in those. But you can't. It has under 1 million. Okay, so maybe Steam has more. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. You got the 8 right here. Look at this one. Because I feel like if you think of like a lot of other streamers that are playing itch games, most of them are probably just playing like the horror games, right? That's the impression that I get every time I see someone doing like an itch variety stream. It's always like, check it out, here's a indie horror game by, I don't know, a low poly indie horror game with jump scares and whatever. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm simply too good for that. Me as a street, that's beneath me. They're bad. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sure some of them are good. I'm just not really a fan, you know? It's just how it is. It is a very popular genre. Because I feel like it's kind of easy to do like horror games relative to like other games, you know? I don't know, maybe this is not true. The impression that I get is that you can just add a bunch of jump scares and the streamers will play it and they'll be like, oh, that was so scary. A lot of horror games don't have actual gameplay. Yeah, it's like a lot of walking around. Things jump at you. You get scared. Like, oh no, oh no, this creature jumped at me. That was crazy. That's scary. It's not for me. But maybe it's for you. Maybe anyone out here really enjoy itch.io horror games. That's why the best horror have no jump scares. What is the best horror game that you've ever played? A lot of people enjoy Outlast. That's one game that I am aware of. What are the other ones? Soma? A lot of people talk about Soma. Every time they talk about Soma, I think Somadies, but that's not actually what it is. What about Amnesia? That's one of them. What is the classic horror games? Signalis. I have seen people talk about that. Resident Evil. That is another classic. Somer is great mostly because of philosophical implications. It is an interesting game. It's what I've seen people play it, but I've never tuned in for like long enough to care what's happening. Oh yeah, Alien Isolation, that's a game. What about Minecraft? Some people say Minecraft is a horror game. In some ways, it kind of is. What is this? I thought that was Shelter. Waffle, wait, that's me. That's Waffle. Look at that. Yeah, Ham did stream Alien Isolation. I think Min Costella has also done it. Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft can be scary. Not to me, but for some people. Let's see, which is a neat way to do it. Have more than just the horror tag. What is Soma about? Soma. These. Faith. Oh yeah, that's one. People love referencing Faith. They always just say Mortis. 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 That's the guy who got turned into a pickle. No, that's the other. That's Rick. Oh, I messed up. Isn't that the guy who is in the TV show where the guy got turned into a pickle? No, he has spam bots. Can't believe this. I can't believe this. Mortis. What about less? It's all about more. What about less? Less-tis. Lettuce. What if it was lettuce? 6. What are some other ones? What is the best obscure horror game? You know, all the ones we named are like, you know, ones that everyone knows. Have you ever played a game that's like no one ever plays, but you're like, this was a great horror game? Soma. What about Doma through Mima? What about them? A sub to a streamer ran out. He normally has the Mortisima. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's a 2-part one, right? One of them is more. The other one is Tis. Gahan, Wilson's Ultimate Haunted House. Gahan. Isn't that the guy from Dragon Ball? Isn't that Goku's son? Gahan. What is that even about? The Ultimate Haunted House. I don't even know. Okay, got the 1 and the 7. 7 has gotta be there. And then what? And then you got a lot of small numbers here. Many tiny numbers. Now you already know that this can't be here. And you're like, but Wolfie, why is that? Well, simply because it can't be there. Because this would have to be a 2. This does have to go this way. Therefore, it also can't be there. Yes. Played a HL mod called Corsikovia, which disturbed me quite a bit. Half-Life. It's a very old PC game where you explore a haunted house looking for keys. The keys are randomized, so it's almost like a run-based game. Roguelike horror games? Are there roguelike horror games? I guess Phasmophobia, right? It does have roguelike elements, and it is multiplayer. You know, I'm surprised no one mentioned Phasmophobia when I was asking for, like, horror games that people enjoy. And that one was the meta for a long time. Everyone was playing that game. People still play that game? Probably. Any Phasmo enjoyers? I never understood the appeal of Phasmophobia. Wait, I guess Lethal Company is also a horror game, right? Phasmophobia gives me motion sickness. Do you get motion sickness from other games? Do they have like a low FOV? Is that what's causing it? I don't know. We just don't know. Yes. I know what's another horror game is that other multiplayer one. The other multiplayer one where there's a bunch of killers and they chase you. Dead by Daylight, that's what it is. That's a horror game. It's Friday the 13th online. There's Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. That's one of them. Remember that one? I remember. What's the worst horror game? You're talking about good horror games. What's the worst one you played? You play it and you're like, actually, this is bad. Actually, this game sucks. It's not even well crafted. I was not even scared. Gloomwood is a horror game. I don't know if I'm aware of what that one is. What is that game? Okay, the 4 must be there. New Blood Interactive. I have never even heard of this. I don't even know. New Blood? What happened to the old one? Where's the old Blood at? 142. Actually, how many video game development companies do you think were affected by the CrowdStrike issues? Do you think there's like a game? Do you think maybe Silksong developers were like, oh, we're totally working on Silksong right now, and then they had? I guess they probably don't use CrowdStrike. It's got to be like a bigger company. Maybe like a bigger company, like, you know, a hotly anticipated game. Maybe they use CrowdStrike. And then suddenly they're like, oh, we lost hours. We're gonna have to push back the day by like a few months. New Blood is an indie game publisher ran by the devs of the games they publish. They publish Faith Ultrakill. Oh, I know about those games. Faith Ultrakill, I'm aware. The most anticipated game is now delayed. Yeah, Silksong. I already mentioned Silksong. No, Silksong's got 3 developers. Kamatech earlier. That's not a developer. That's a musician. Some kind of program called CrowdStrike. Mega Man EXE. No, I talk about that. He stole my joke. Can't believe this. I know he made the joke earlier than I did, but yet somehow he stole it. I totally thought of this first. Vampire the Masquerade is far more a normal RPG than it is a horror game. It does go for horror, it makes it all the more effective. Vampire. Are vampires really scary though? Has anyone really been scared by vampires? I feel like they're so overdone in media that now the public has been conditioned to just like, you know, it's like, oh, a vampire. That's just like a regular thing. It's been ruined. I feel like if vampires were not so common in media, that they would perhaps be scarier. Vampires don't exist. Things could be scary and not exist, right? Things don't have to exist to be scary. You know, think about all the times that people are awake at night. They can't sleep because they're scared of something that's not even real. Right? They don't have to be real. Depends on the media you consume. What is the scariest piece of media about vampires? The vampires aren't scary, it's the velociraptors. What? People can be scared by the illusion of a vampire, but not be scared by a real vampire? Well, that's just semantics then. The concept of vampire, to be scared of the concept of something versus being scared of the thing. I think the distinction is not really worth making in that case. But maybe it is. Maybe it is in fact worth making. What if vampires are real? What if there's a vampire right here? What if I was a vampire? What if this Picross puzzle, wouldn't it be so funny if this Picross puzzle solution was a vampire? It happens sometimes. Sometimes we're just solving a puzzle. And then suddenly at the end, it's like, wait, we were literally talking about this. It could happen. Vampires in Vampire the Masquerade, the TCRPG, can be frightening encounter or a goofy one. Oh, Goofy. Imagine if Goofy was a vampire. Oh, yuck. That's him. That's him as a vampire. Oh, yuck. That's my Goofy impression. Oh, yuck. Great impression, streamer. Thank you for putting all the effort into making this Goofy impression. You're welcome. That explains the teeth. The vampire teeth. No. Vampires. Okay, what can I do here? There's gotta be something. The 7. 7 could be there. What if the 7 was here? If the 7 was here, last column. Oh, oh, there's a 1. That's what it was. True. So true. Okay, and then this is there. This can't be there. This then must go this way. Everything must go. Unless it has to. So this must be a 4. So you can't put a 4 and a 2 down there. This must be a 2. The 3 must be right there. 7. Now this is done. And then you gotta have the 2. That's gotta be a 2. It's also a 2. That also is a 2. That right there, that's a 3. That's a 3. If I've ever seen a 3, that right there is in fact the 3. Got the 4, you got the 2 right there. This could be, no, this can't be there. Anyway, what if vampires were at CrowdStrike? What if vampires were real and they are the ones that caused this CrowdStrike issue? Someone was deploying to production and suddenly a vampire showed up and it's like, oh frick, man, a vampire? Oh man, on a Friday right as I'm deploying. Oh man, I guess I can't do this. I guess I'll have to deploy the buggy version of my code. And then they do, and then the vampires, now that the hospitals are all in disarray, the vampires just show up and they steal all the blood. And they're just like, oh man, we can't stop them now. We can't, the security system can't even stop the vampire. Dangerous territory, what the heck? The real vampires. The vampire security risk. I think it was deployed Thursday. Well, I don't know. I don't even know. Any vampires out there? Up late last night. I guess it makes sense that people were tweeting about it early in the morning. Wait, this is wrong. No, this is wrong. Oh no, this is here. Okay, so this can't be here, because then that would make this wrong. So it must be here. This can't be there. Your Southeast Asia friends were stopping fires at the start of their workday. Damn. Sucks. It's bad. So much damage was caused. The fact that one company messing up could cause all this. Think about the stock. Think about the CrowdStrike stock. It's at an all-time low in the past 2 years or whatever. But I'm sure it will bounce back up. Definitely. Definitely will. You know, I think it's one of these things that I feel like their reputation has probably been permanently ruined. Because like a lot of people, I feel like CrowdStrike is like one of those things that's like, you know, when it's working, people don't notice it. But when it's not working, it's like very obvious. And so like a ton of people probably who have never even heard about CrowdStrike until today, their first impression of it now is going to be like, oh, CrowdStrike, that's the company that messed up like the entire internet for like a day. That's irrecoverable. Is that a word? Irrecoverable. Public opinion has been ruined. 1 to 1 column. True. So true. Out there. Okay. And then what? That can't be there. Both the 1 to 1 columns. Yeah, oh yeah, there's 2 of them. True. Okay, and then there must be these there, right? Because then you can only fit 1 there. Okay, so that's there. Imagine working at CrowdStrike though. Imagine being someone who just accepted a job offer at CrowdStrike. You tell all your friends, you're like, hey, I just got a job at CrowdStrike. And they're like, oh, that's great. Next day, big incident. Do you think that guy's being bullied by his friends? They're like, how about that CrowdStrike job, huh? It's like, oh man, now they're not going to stop making fun of me for this. I will never hear the end of this. Everyone's just going to be like, haha, you're the CrowdStrike guy. This is the guy at CrowdStrike. All you have to do in that case is rename your company. Maybe. Real takeaway is we need more third-party cybersecurity sources. Which I think folks realized during the pandemic. CyberSec has been popping off. True. So true. Do I remember the GitLab incident? I do not. What happened with the GitLab? Ninth count. Oh, so true. Do people still use GitLab? I feel like I haven't heard much about them in like a long time. Their one distinguishing thing was like having like a good CI/CD system, but now GitHub has that. Now GitHub Actions exists. One employee took down all repos for a week. Oh, I do remember that. I remember that being mentioned, but it like quickly left my mind because no one I know uses GitLab. Anyway, that's a flying squirrel right there. I'm gonna hydrate. It's 7 p.m. Alright. GitLab has been used for more private repos with NDAs and stuff. Enterprise. I guess that makes sense. I mean, GitHub also has enterprise. So, like... I don't know. Did the guy who worked at GitLab ever post about his incident? I guess you probably wouldn't want to out yourself as the person who did that, right? Welcome, Xtag. GitHub is owned by Microsoft. It sure is. I still work there. Well, I would not be surprised. But I mean, like, for the general public, did they find out who it was? Did they name them? They probably don't name and shame. But did they willingly say, hey everyone, I'm the guy at GitLab who did this thing. I am the one responsible for this issue. And this is what I learned. I think that's valuable. I did this, and this is how we're preventing this going forward. Here's the post-mortem. Need to check the post-mortem, but obviously he was anonymous. During it. Yo, do you think like his coworkers like talk to their friends about it? And they're like, you would not believe at work today this other guy did this thing. He's so stupid, man. Like, obviously at the company they wouldn't do that. But maybe, you know, people when they're talking to their friends, they're just like, imagine being someone working at CrowdStrike and you know the person that pushed the code. And you know, it's Friday, people go out for drinks and you're like, go out there with your friends and they're like, hey, you work at CrowdStrike, right? Yeah, what about it? They're like, what about that issue? And then they're like, they start talking about it. And then they're like, my coworker, I know the guy who did this. Tell all your friends, tell all your family. That could be a story you tell at parties, you know? They're like, oh, what's the most interesting thing that happened to you? And you're like, oh, what's a fun fact about you? They could be like, I actually worked with the guy that pushed the CrowdStrike code. Funny recap. I do not see that thumbnail, but I can imagine the thumbnail. Is the thumbnail a Discord message that says, how do you undo rm-rf? Is that the thumbnail? Because I think I have seen that thumbnail. I have not watched the video. But that is the one that I see all the time. Maybe. I'm gonna assume it's that one. The fact that it says funny makes me think could be. It is. Okay, that is in fact it. See, that's my superpower. I can imagine the thumbnail without even seeing the video. Accidentally Windows. Any Windows out there? Anyone using Windows right now? Any window cleaners out there? Do you think there's someone out there that has a window cleaning job and then someone who's not familiar with their job is like, hey, you work with Windows, right? Did you encounter the CrowdStrike issue? And you're like, no, I clean Windows. No, I thought it affected corporate Windows. You do that, right? You clean corporate Windows. Did you see? It's a Seinfeld bit. Hey, what's the deal with Windows? What's the deal? Did you hear about CrowdStrike? CrowdStrike? That's the guy from Final Fantasy. That's it. That's Jerry Seinfeld right there. I can, in fact, rotate the thumbnail in my head. And then Kramer. Yeah, Kramer comes in. It's like Jerry. No, and then George's like, Jerry, you gotta look at this. Did you see CrowdStrike? They destroyed. I don't know where I'm going with this. Windows, Jerry. It's all about the Windows. They broke the windows? They broke the windows! Why would they break the windows? I don't know, Jerry, I don't know. That's it. That's how you do a Seinfeld bit. You just say a thing and then you repeat it twice. In increasingly aggravated fashion. So that's how you know it's comedy. It's the basis of humor right there. Okay, so this has got to be there. No, this is wrong. This is Wolfie. This is wrong. Not even allowed. Okay, then the 4 is here. It must be this. And then the 3 must be here. Alright. And then 7. CrowdStrike. That's, why would the crowd do that? CrowdStrike. Isn't that when the union goes on strike and then they form a crowd outside the facilities to protest? Wow, so true. What a keen observation, Wolfie. That is in fact a crowd striking. However, this is different. The context is so different that your observation is humorous because it is so incorrect. That's why it's funny. Alright, what do I do here? Ones. There are 5 ones. And then there are 3. So the 3 must in fact be here. Humorous. Humorous, that's the bone. 5th last row. 4, 2, 4. Okay, so this must be that 4. And therefore, this, therefore, no, here 4. Okay, here 4. Oh man, alright. The 4, here's 2 4s. Therefore, there's a 4 right there. Therefore, there's 4 right there. They got a 3 right there. He's on fire. He's unstoppable with the jokes. No streamer will ever make this many jokes. They're too cowardly. Here to 4. Okay, 70. 70? That's a 7. I said 70. 3 can't be there. And then 5 must go. Joker. Okay, 4 must be there. 4 could not be there. This one gotta be there. This guy thinks he's funny. This guy thinks he's humorous. 1 3 1 2. This has gotta be the 2. Therefore, you could have a 1 there. The 3, though, does in fact have to be there. Third column from right. 1, 3. Now, could this not be... Oh, that can't be there, though, right? Because this could be... Yeah, this must not be there. The 3 could be here. Could be there, but it could not be here. Okay. Okay, what about this one? 1, 4, 2, 1. You could have a 1 there. This could be a 2. But the 4 must be there. The form. The form must be there. And this one must be a 3. That's gotta be a 2. Any numbers enjoyers right now? Numbers out there. Okay, this must be, there must be a 2 here. And this must also be a 1. That's right. There it is. That's a 3. That's a 1. That one must be a 2. Tuesday. Okay, and then you got the 2 right there. Then the 1 must be this location. Second last row. Yes. Yes, indeed. Therefore, this one must be in this area. And then this one has to go up. It has to, it must go there. And this one's got to go down. And also goes up there. Anyway, what else even is happening? Everything always goes back to CrowdStrike. Every topic we've talked about always resumes with what if CrowdStrike was related to this. Okay, so this has got to be a 2. Therefore, this has got to be a 1. This has got to be a 3. It's a 1 right there. And it must be... It has to. It simply must be right there. The 1 last row, yeah. That's it. The 2 right there. 3 must go this way. That's not there. This one must go up. What goes up must come down unless you're in space, in which case it's affected by gravity. But what is up? What even is up though? In general. What even is up, dog? Right there, there it is. There it is. 5 right there. 3, 2. How is up, dog? Everyone's always asking what's up, dog? What about how? What about when? When is up, dog? Where is up? Whenceforth even was the dog from up? Today was the first time I've heard of CrowdStrike. I thought everyone was talking about the FPS game with the terror. That's Counter-Strike. But as I mentioned, this is probably the first time many people have heard of CrowdStrike. Their impression is now ruined. 7th column. Oh, true. True. There's only one solution. I've heard of it. If you work in a corporate environment, you probably have heard of it. People are talking about Final Fantasy VII. See, everyone's made that joke. Actually, even I'm surprised at how many people made that joke. When I thought of it, I thought it was like a fairly original joke. As far as like, maybe not that original, but like somewhat original. But in Northern Lions chat today, when he mentioned CrowdStrike, literally like 10 people said Cloud Strife. I was like, wow, I guess this is not as original as I thought it was. I guess this is a common trend among gamers, you know, gamers out there. You do be thinking of things. Third row. True. True. This does have to be. There's no other option. It has to be, right? It must be. Gamers. Any gamers out there? This must be at least a 2. It could be a 3, but it must be at least a 2. The 3 goes down. Crowd. Who up? Crowding. Strike. Okay, 5 goes there. 2, you got the 3 and the 2. That's a 1 right there. It's a 1 right there. And you gotta have the 1. Recently got into these Picross games, now I understand what you're talking about. Finally. Finally people understand this game out here. Now they know the strategies that I'm employing in my gameplay. Isn't that great to understand things? Now a whole new world has opened. You can understand. You know everything that there is to know. Okay, 3 goes there. This one must be in this area. Got this one and that one. What is this? A turtle? What is this? Some kind of armadillo? Oh, I see it. I get it. That's the eyes over here. This is the head. That's the armored core. That's right, armored core reference. The armadillo. Elden Ring quest be like, check it out. I got the armadillo. The guy named Dillo gives you his arm. And then you find him dead somewhere and you're like, oh no, what happened to Dillo? And then he's like, please, Tarnished, take my arm, bring it to the Halig tree, plant it in the soil. And then you bring the arm of Dillo to the Halig tree, and then you fight an invader. Yeah, Dillo. I'm much slower at solving them. I have to count everything out with the low circle button. Yeah, at some point you understand, you know, you just get the hang. Oh, look at this. This one's just math. 8-6, that's just math. That minimalist browser Dillo? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure you're making a joke, but I don't have the context to understand what this could even mean. 1 1 1 1 4. Okay, this one must go here. But these do in fact have to be there. I understand that one. That's Zillow. I get that one. Arm the chipset. Chipset. What about Doritos? Chipset. That's I don't even know. Imagine a joke. Now imagine that joke was funny and related to chips and arm. And imagine I made that joke. Chips sent. I don't know. Man, jokes are hard. Has anyone ever tried joking? Joker. You think that's why the Joker was so angry? Is that comedy is hard to do? And then he had his Joker moment. Everyone was laughing. Everyone was laughing at him, but for the bad reasons. Joker. The Joker. I'm the Joker. Hey, I'm the Joker. It's a me. Bada bing, bada boom. That's what he sounds like. That's what he would have done. That's right. Joker. What a Joker was from New York. Batman. I don't know. Where am I going with this? Yeah, that is the guy from Persona 5. When I first mentioned Joker, that's what I was thinking of, actually. Hey, it's me, the Joker. It's the Joker, baby. I'm joking here. Hey, what's the deal with Batman? That's not what they sound like. Hey, it's a Batman. Hey, Batman. Streamer is losing his mind right now. Bada bing, bada Batman. Hey, I'm joking. Mets, baby. Love the Mets. I'm the Joker. I'm the Joker, baby. Alright. We got the 3. Got the 5. The 1 and the 4. Is the Joker actually funny? Has he ever, like, done stand-up comedy? What kind of things do you think he would have in his stand-up comedy routine? Has he even made a funny joke? 6th row from bottom. Wow, yeah, this can't be there. 1, 5. 5 must go this way. He's a hack. He's not even funny, man. He goes to the Gotham Comedy Club, which is real, by the way. There is a real Gotham Comedy Club in New York, I think. Let me look this up. Gotham. It is real. It's so real. Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. He goes to the Gotham Comedy Club. And he tells his best joke. It's like, so the other day I was fighting Batman. You know, Batman, the famous guy. He's a bat and a man. What does he think he is? Some kind of Batman? I don't think so. Anyway, I was fighting the Batman, and then the audience is like, just get to the joke. You're not funny. It's like, all right. Oh, the Batman though. He's always talking about Batman. Batman this, Batman that. He's not even funny, man. Get him off the stage. Boo! No Batman. We don't hear Batman. No, man. Hilarious. And then he gets so upset. It's like, I'm trying to make a joke here. Trying to joke about Batman, okay? Speaking from experience. I don't go to your job and interrupt you, huh? Come on, get off the stage. Isn't there a site called Gothamist? Probably. Gotham. What if instead of Gotham, it was Gotham? That's his Joker. This is Joker's bit. He goes on the stage and he says, you ever think about if it was Gotham instead of Gotham? And then the audience boos him off stage, and he's like, I thought it was funny. Gotham. More like Gotham, right? Haha. Gotham. Yeah, Gotham. Batman. He goes on stage. This is gonna be the new meta. People making up Joker stand-up comedy routines. Everyone goes Gotham. Batman. Batman. What if... Okay, here's the bit. Joker goes on stage. He says, wouldn't it be really funny if instead of Batman, it was Batman... Like, that was his last name. It's just Batman. It's funny. That's what Joker sounds like. It's him. It's me, the Joker. And then everyone goes a Joker. That is not really that much of a joke. It's more like an observation. Not even that clever. Okay, 5 goes here. It must. It simply must. Speaking of Batman, we got the Arkham trilogy pack. PS4. What? Not the PS5? What happened to the PS5? PS5's got no games. 3, 2, 1. What? Yeah. What if it was That's a good one. What if it was Batman? Here's the bit. Joker goes on stage and says, "What if instead of Batman, it was Batman? Cause he stinks. He's so bad smelling. Cause he Joker laid. What was that thing? Batman laid an egg or whatever. Joker? No, that's not me. It's him. Hey, I'm the Joker. Stink man. Batman. You ever smell a bat? He smells so bad. They think they should call him Batman. That's why do I sound like Gilbert Gottfried? That's what he sounds like. Somehow Joker became Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, Skunk Man, that doesn't even make sense though. Clean up the streets, start with yay! So true, so true. So true, man. So true, this guy. No one knows his identity. It's always he names everything Bat. Batmobile, Batcave, Batmarang, Bat utility belt. What next? Bat, Bat chest. Bat. What's next? A Bat credit card? Haha, Bat credit card. I can't believe that he would do this, man. There it is. Alright, we got the 1 and the 3. Wouldn't it be funny if this was a bat? So the Batmobile from the 60s show in real life once. That 60s show at a local car show. The real one. But the Batmobile is not even real. It only exists in our minds. Alright, what do I do? What do I even do here? 4. What if I did contradiction strategies? What if this 4 was here? If this 4 is here, that means these must go up. Therefore, this one must go this way, so this one has to go here. Now that is possible. That is totally possible out here. Actually, this is definitely doable. That might even be that may even be the solution. I don't know. The car was though. The car was real. Cargo road? No. Cargo space. Get the 5, we got the 1, the other 5. Hold on. Doesn't this 5 have to be here? Because if this was a 1, the 5 would have to go this way. Otherwise, no, I guess it doesn't. The 5 could go this way. Never mind. It's not true at all. Not actually true. 3, 2, 5. 8th row, welcome poly glitch. 8th row. the 8th row. Can X first 4? No, because this could be a 3. The 3 could be here. There could be a 1 somewhere here. If we cross these off, then... Oh wait, no, you're right. Yeah, the 3 would have... Yeah, you're right. You're right. So true. So true. It does in fact have to be there. Okay, so given that information, what does that tell us? Well, what about if this was a thing? What if this thing was actually correct? Wait, hold on. This has got to be a 3. This has got to be a 3. This was here the whole time. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 3. Now this must be a 2. This has got to be a 1 up here. This one is also a 1. A 2 could not be there. And then this one must be a 1 as well. So now the 4 must be on this side, which is accurate because we had that whole thing earlier. Well, I was like, what if this thing was here? So the 3 must go up. The 2 must be there. Okay, this other 3 must be there. And this 2 is done. The 6 has to go up. That's a 2. That's got to be a 1. And this one must be a 3 and the 1 right there. This one must be a 2. A chew, if you will. A chew. The 5 must be there. This one must be a 3. And... okay, this one's got to be a 1. So this can't be there. None of this could even be there. Then this has got to be a 1. That's got to be a 1. This one's got to be a 2. A 5's got to go there. And a 4. That's a 4 right there. That's a 4 if I've ever seen one. That's a 2 right there. That seemed really loud. That's a 2 right there. You got the 1, 2, 3, 3. That's a 3. Alright, what else can I do? What else can I do? 3. Oh, the 3 must be there. Given that information, that informaciones. 3 over there. Anyway, you already know. It's numbers time. It's that time of the stream. I just say numbers. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. That's the New York zip code. Sorry, area code. Wait, okay, but this can't be here. Because this could be a 3, or it could be the 1. The 3 could be there, but this cannot be here. So given that, though, given that also this can't be there. Simply could not. 8th column. True. That is solved. It's totally even solved right there. And then what? And then, oh, this one is done. Okay, that's done. And then you got the 1 and the 6. It's got to go down. That's a 1. It could be, no, it has to be a 1. And then that one, now that 1 could be here. Could be there, could be there. But it must be in one of those places. This 3 is now done. This 3 must be up here. 5. And the 4 is done. This one's done. This has got to be 1. The 4 must be right there. 2 right there. What happened to the music? Where's the music? The music, there's just like 10 seconds of silence at the end of the song. Don't you hate when songs do that? You're just playing a song, and then at the end they got like 10 seconds of silence. It makes you think like, oh, did the music stop? Did I like break something? Is the streaming not working? And then you take a look and it's just got like no sound at the end of it. That's just what the sound is like. Messed up. Even worse when when they don't fade out. When they don't even have an 80s style fade out. 70s, I don't know music. Imagine knowing music. Okay, that's a 1. This is a guy. Is this a guy doing basketball? It could be. Maybe. No. Hockey? Yeah, okay, that seems more likely. Some kind of sport. Some kind of sporting event. Wait, this is wrong. I did something wrong. Oh no. Where did I mess up? Ah, frick. Okay. Well, let's undo all this. Okay, so that's a 1. These are there. This one, 3 is there. That's a 2. And that's a 3's gotta be there. Cannot be there. And then you got the 1. The 3, the other 3, the 2. And it's not there. This 3's gotta go up. 2 cannot be there. And the 2 can't be there. It's gotta be there. Okay, does look like hockey to me. It does appear to be hockey. Ice hockey. Specifically ice hockey. Good times. You called it. You've done it. You've done it once again. Okay, let's do some easy ones to finish off. I'm just assuming these are easy. They might not actually. There are some hard 10 by 10 puzzles. But probably not these ones. 4 going down. It's gotta be there. It literally has to be. Anyway, what's everyone up to? Anyone have cool plans this weekend? Any neat events out there? I will probably be just playing Elden Ring and streaming. Now, I know I did already beat Elden Ring, but I'm in my 2nd playthrough and I'm almost done with the 2nd playthrough already. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have a build going. Elden Ring really is a lot faster if you've finished it once. Because then you know where to go. You know what's important to the story. And then you can just run through the level. You don't need to like fight all the enemies again. Because you know the optimal path. And instead of taking like 40 hours, it can take like, 20. Or 10, maybe even 15 hours. That's gaming. Is that you retain knowledge from your previous playthroughs. And then you can more efficiently do things. And I think that's cool. That's what gaming is all about. About winning. That's right. Gaming is only about winning. If you lose, that's not gaming. Only winning is gaming. Doesn't matter if you've learned anything. What matters is that you win. Because you know that meme? That guy? It says, "Are you winning, son?" Was he truly winning? Don't know. Sometimes. Alright. What am I talking about? Gaming. Joker. Well, can we go back to the Joker? Joker, hey, it's me, the Joker. It's a me. What if the Joker was Italian? What if he was Super Mario? What if instead of Mario it was Joker? Hey, it's me, Joker. It's him. That's the whole bit. What if instead of Joker it was Mario? It's a me. The Joker, baby, it's me, the Joker. Super Mario. Okay, this 2 is there. You got the 1, the 2. Mario. You ever think about how people say Mario? Super Mario. What are they thinking? Why would he even be Mario? He's not even married. Okay, we got the 1 and the 2. We got this one's gotta be there. You got the 1, 1, 2, 1. Can't be there. The 4 must go down. And that must be a 1. And therefore, the only place the 2 could be is there. This one's actually kind of tricky. I thought I would solve this much quicker than this, but they got some tricks up their sleeves. Because like we definitely know that the size of the puzzle doesn't always indicate the difficulty, but often it does. Alright, what is this? Garden of Ban. Any fans of horror? Yo, we're going back to horror games. Garden of Ban. Revisiting topics of discussion from earlier. Okay, we got the 5 going up. We got the 4 going across. 4 could not even be there. See, now this is what I'm talking about. When I say 10 by 10 level difficulty, this is it. This one, pretty simple. No tricks out here, just everything very straightforward. So I would have done it. Okay, and then none of these could even be there. 3 must be within this realm right there. A bathtub, classic. Okay, we got the 1-1-5, the first 1-1 of the stream. Can you believe this? We've gone the entire stream and this is the first 1-1. I can't believe this. Lair, yeah, Bathman. Yo, going back to the Bathman reference. They were referencing bits from earlier. The Joker. The Joker, baby. It's me, the Joker. For his neutral, Joker wields a gun. They added Joker to Smash Bros. What are they thinking? You got the 1, you got the 2 right there. The 5, the 4, the 1, 4. Okay, that must be part of the 4. That's gotta be a 1. You already know that this can't be there. And therefore, these must be there. This one's gotta be there. Okay, you got the 1 and the 4. That's right, everyone. The 1 and the 4. Approach calmly with a sense of purpose. The 1 is Soren. 4 is right there. Whoops. That's there. That's right there. This one, simply done. Everything is done here. Gotta have that there. Okay, then you got this one. This one's gotta be a 2. I'm always saying this, you know, every time I say this, it's gotta be a 2. And people just go, I don't know what that means. What does he mean that this must be a 2? Well, it is actually quite simple if you just stop to think about it. Sometimes things must be 1s. But sometimes they're 2s, and that's when they try to trick you. So sometimes it's not 1, sometimes it's 2, and that's all you gotta know. A bean? Chinese cabbage, okay. Soon. We will soon be freed from this prison. 4 goes here. 4 goes. Okay, now this one seems like it could be kind of tricky. Ever think about this one? This one has got a lot of small numbers out here. And so you really have to think sometimes. But you know this 2's gotta be there, right? It has to be there. You got 2 and the 3. You got 2 and the 4. That 4 must be there, right? Got 1, 2, 2, 1. Otherwise, the 1 could be there. The 2 must be there. So those must, in fact, be part of this answer. And then what, though? Then you're like, then what do you even do here? Well, I'm telling you, it is so simple. All you gotta do is keep in mind the strategies. Now, which strategies, you may ask? Well, surely they don't intend for us to do contradiction strats, right? There's no way that they would require contradiction strat. They do, in fact. You can't have this there. It's not even contradiction strats. You just know it can't be there because this is a 2. It can't be there. And you got the 3 up here. This one's gotta be there. You got those ones, right? And then what? Then this one's gotta be a 2, right? Because that one's down there. That's a 2, and that's a 1. Right, that's a 1 right there. This is also a 1. That's a 1. All of these are simply just 1s. Some may even say the 1-1s. But are they correct when they say this? It's arguable. They could be correct. They could just be lying. They could be a lion. Northern lion. Okay, then you got the 2. That's a 2 right there. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's a 2. If I've ever seen a 2, that is in fact a 2. So now this can't be there. This one, therefore, must be 4, right? Therefore, here 4. And gonna 1 and a 3 right there. This is done. These are now done. 2 is right there. That's a 3. That's a 1. 3 goes up. 1, 2. It's there. That's a radish. That's a daikon. That is a carrot. Daikon. It's both. It's daikon and radish. Okay, this one for real. Last one. After we're done with this one, we will be done forever. for today. Forever for today. The 4, you got the 5, you got the 3 going there, 2, 4, 2, 2's gotta be there. Can't even be there. Alright, and then, you know, you already know, the 4 has gotta go up there. 3's gotta be there, that's gotta be a thing. You got the 2, that's a 2. You got the 1 and the 3. Gotta be a 2. You got the 1, that's a 1. You got the 2 over there. 5, 3, 2, 3. I like this song. This song right here, I'm a fan. Do enjoy the little background noises they got. Do 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 do. That's that thing right there. Really adds to the ambiance, the ambience. Do people say ambience or ambiance? Do you think Beyonce ever goes ambiance? You ever think someone asks who is Beyonce and she goes ambiance? Okay, so this is something here is wrong. This is definitely wrong. It's gotta be this. That looks more correct to me. This is not even right. No, what is this? What did I do? This is wrong. No, no. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe this is here. Maybe this is correct. This looks correct. No, it's not. No, what if this is? What if this is there? What if perhaps this is done? Got the 1 and the 4, and then this is done, and then you got the. This is done, right? And then those, right? That's there. Those are there. These are all there. Okay, this is good. This is so good. H mark, that's great. Classic Korean store earring. Oh, I see it. Alright, anyway, that's gonna be it for today. We had good times, and it's time to go now. National Daiquiri Day. Flight Attendant Safety Professionals Day. Retainer Day. Football Day. Now you look at this and you know that it is ambiguous. Kicking a ball, it could apply to both American football and other football. Words with Friends Day, Urban Beekeeping Day, I like that one. Let's do that one. National Urban Beekeeping Day raid. Alright, who's streaming? Who's out there? Twitch.tv. Streaming. Let's see. Many people are playing games. And I will raid someone. What about this person? How about this individual? Yes, let us raid Crayola. /raid Crayola _ Alright, well that's gonna be it. I will be back tomorrow with various games. That's right, take action regarding that individual. So true. Yeah. Alright. That's today. And that's it. That is it. That's good times. Good times out here on the stream. Hope you all have a good rest of your Friday or Saturday, depending on whatever time zone you are in. Good ol' day. Did I? Oh, no, I did. Sometimes I think I forget to change the category on Twitch. I was like, am I still streaming in the Stitch category? No, it's just the page for me didn't refresh. But I definitely did switch it. I remember. Anyway. I will be sitting here until that raid goes. I will stop talking. Have a good day. See you next time.